Hey everyone, my name is Artindi and I reached 1,000 subscribers about a week and a half ago, and I posted a video asking people to put questions down for a 1,000 subscriber special Q&A. We're gonna go through and answer them just like that, and I'll edit the crap out of it, and hopefully we'll have a little bit of fun. So the first question is from MaWP. He said, congrats on reaching 1,000 subs. Really appreciate if you can make some videos on future rigid body raycasting, shading, and also intro to 3D games. That's not really a question. So we're just gonna go like this, just change that period to a question mark, and this one to a question mark as well. Congrats on reaching 1,000 subs. I did reach 1,000 subs. I don't know why you're wondering. Really appreciate if you can make some videos in future on rigid bodies, raycasting, shading, and also intro to 3D game. I will, man. I will do that. I don't know when I will. It might be next year, but I will. And also, I am actually, a week from now, I'm going to be putting a video out on 3D games. It's not so much a tutorial. I think there's going to be a part that is kind of a tutorial, but it's going to be cool. So watch for that. You'll enjoy it, I'm sure. I'm positive. Next question is from NurseRocks, I think. NesRocks. Question 1, did you reach 1K subscribers yet? Sadly, I stole your thunder by turning his statement into a question, so I'm sorry, man. Yes, NesRocks, I did reach 1,000 subscribers. Jolidge12 said, what is your favorite kind of programming statement, and what is the one you don't like at all? I think my favorite one would definitely be the if statement. That is where logic comes in. I think when I first learned that, I was like, oh man, I can do so many things. It opens so many possibilities. Of course, there are many other logic statements out there, but that is like the core logic statement. My least favorite, I'm not sure what my least favorite is. It's, man, I don't like this statement because I'm not really sure what that one is. We're gonna go with that. Josh the Nerd asked, how much money do you make from your YouTube channel? I make so much money from my YouTube channel. So much money. What are my PC specs? These are my specs. I guess you can look at those right there. I wanted to get something really good for this because I knew I'd be editing videos, and I was tired of doing it on my laptop. That just doesn't work super well. And this bad boy here. So they're not bad overall. I really like my computer now. It's super awesome. It runs super well, and when I was playing games on my laptop, I had to use like the lowest graphics, so I keep being blown away every time I play games that I've played before, because I can turn the graphics up to their maximum level, and my computer handles it fine. Like it's pretty great. So these are my specs. There we go. There's the answer. How old are you? I have existed long before this universe was born, and I will go on to live far past this world's puny lifespan. No, I'm 26. Are you human? Actually, that's a pretty legit question, because you never see my face, do ya? Valid point, Josh the Nerd. Valid point. Tons of Hun Studios said, congrats on 1,000 subs. I'm excited for Indie with Artindi as well. That's not a... Oh, here's a question. What's your IRL name, and if you could pick, what IRL name would you give yourself? In real life, I knew that. My real life name, I kind of hesitate to share it because of internet. My game name is Artindi. And Artindi actually comes from my real name. My first name is Arthur, and my middle name is Indiana. I'm actually named after Indiana Jones. So yeah, that's kind of cool. So if I had to pick a real life name, if I had to pick a different real life name besides the one that I have, that's really hard because I really do like my current real life name, like Arthur and Indiana. That's pretty sweet. Ronaldo, if you want. That's what I would pick. Ronaldo. You have to roll the R though when you say it. Ronaldo. Elephant Seal asked, do you like elephant seals? I do when they subscribe to me, for sure. So I'm just gonna say I have an appreciation for elephant seals. Yeah, I guess I like them when they subscribe to me. We'll leave it at that. Congrats. My question is, thinking, I didn't come up with a good question, so I'll ask a stupid one. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Is there a game you don't want anyone to know you've played because you're ashamed of it? There is now such thing as a stupid question. No, actually, there is not. I can't think of any games that I've played that I don't care to share. Here's the games that I own. I don't own a lot of games. I compared to most people, I own very few games, actually. There's nothing in here that to be ashamed of, and a lot of these I haven't even played for very long at all. Like Assassin's Creed, I think I played for like an hour and decided that wasn't for me. I've never even played The Forest. This isn't even mine. It's just from someone who has their account on my computer, so it's downloaded. I'm ashamed that I played Terraria. I'm ashamed of that. Indie with Artindi, I love it. Also, congrats. That's plabs. That's not a question. Also, congrats. A little bit of sarcasm from you, plabs. Indie with Artindi, I love it. Actually, that is a question. You do love it, and you will love it when I do it. By the way, Indie with Artindi, that's going to be when I live stream. I'm going to do some live streams where we play an indie game and we'll just kind of analyze it for its good and bad qualities. I'm not a professional, but hopefully doing it with other people, we can all find some good and bad qualities that we can all learn from. But yeah, you will love it, plabs. You will love it. Also, why the sarcasm, man? Well deserved. What's your favorite indie game that you're following on YouTube? That's actually a pretty good question. And the answer is this guy. Flow Graphics is making a game called Lens Island, and it's so cool because you can build your own. You build your own house. I mean, like, look at this. It's so cool. I do follow a lot of people on YouTube, but I can't say that I'm excited to play their games. I'm more excited to watch their process on how they make the game. I gotta be honest, I have a very particular style of games that I enjoy. So any games that allow me to choose how I'm gonna do things and how I can be creative, I love it. It's very, very fun. Colton asked, congrats on 1,000. You deserve much more. I really enjoy. This isn't a question. Congrats on 1,000? You deserve much more? I really enjoy the style of your videos. I don't really have a question. I just want to know how thankful I am for your great, entertaining, and informative content. Do you not really have a question? Do I deserve much more? I think I do deserve more subscribers. Well, I'm biased, of course, but I really enjoy your style of videos. I think you do. I think the answer is yes. I can answer these questions. Yes, you do. Yannick says, yeah, congrats on reaching 1,000 subscribers. Party horn. Bloop. My question, which game dev YouTuber inspires you the most? It's you, Yannick. It's you. You inspire me the most. I gotta say, Fairly and Tanzahan Studios are really cool guys. If you haven't subscribed to them or watched their stuff, definitely go do that because they are such team players. They're always participating in the community and helping people out. So they inspire me, just not because of their content so much as their willingness to share and be around. So they do make good content though, don't get me wrong, but I just like their personalities more than anything. So they're really inspiring to me. A misfit. Sorry that you're a misfit, man. I hope one day that you can fit into society. Congrats on 1,000 subs. I just wanted to know how old you are. How old are you? And what is your primary job? Where are you from? That's 3 questions, man. Okay, I can answer them. I already answered that one. I'm 26. Currently, I work at an office supply store. I'm the retail floor manager. So yeah, that's what I do. I used to do custom framing. That was very enjoyable. And I am from the United States. I live in the state of Idaho.
Way to go, Idaho! Gee, I better shave.
Congrats, man. Congrats, man? Okay, Mike Orica. Sarcastic much? No, thanks. Thanks a bunch. Renato Can. My question, do you have a bunch of abandoned little makeshift not quite a game projects from when you first started learning game dev? Or have you always finished each project before starting another? I have one unfinished project, and that was when sadly I don't have any footage here, but that was when I was using the web browser as my game engine, but I never finished it because I realized I needed to use an actual game engine. To answer your question, well, I guess to summarize your question, you're asking, at what point do you go from watching tutorials to making your own game? And for me, the way that I did it is right away. While following a tutorial step by step exactly is good, and you'll learn a lot from that, and I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. I'm just trying to answer your question. The way that I do it is I immediately figure out what is variable and what is not, and then try to just take the not part, the part that is not variable, and apply that to whatever I'm making, and then give it its own twist, change it to what I need it to be, and go from there. If you're following someone step by step, then you'll definitely be learning that way, but if you start doing it yourself and trying to change it, then you also learn a lot that way as well. So great question. I really liked it. Looked like other people liked it as well. I got 4 likes, so there's a heart for you. Question 1, how old are you? Why does everyone want to know how old I am? I am 140 in dog years. What made you become a game dev? I have been making games for my entire life. I used to make my own board games all the time. Ever since I was little, I was making my own board games. What got me into game dev is I was learning how to code, majoring in computer science, and since I've been making games my whole life, I just used these new skills that I've acquired to try to make games on the computer. And I really love it. So I think that's what made me become a game dev, is just my love for making games overall. Also, if you're looking for an indie game to play, I could give you a super ultra early build of my game. Could be nice to play the game for your community, a game of your community. I agree, and I think eventually maybe some episodes of Indie with Artindi will be playing games from the community. However, I hesitate with ultra early builds because the point of the Indie with Artindi is to kind of review finished games and figure out what they did well and what they did bad. And when they're really early builds, oftentimes it's hard to tell what's bad and what's just not finished yet and needs more work. So it's very difficult to critique it as well as and analyze it for those purposes. I think eventually this will be a good idea to do games from the community, but not if they're early builds. So if you get that more finished, then yeah, totally, that could be a thing. Just depends on how Indie with Artindi goes, of course. Why did you leave this comment? Because you're the commenter. I forgot to point out this question was from Poinball, the Poinball. If you could go anywhere for a week and everything could be just right, where would you go? It would be really cool to go to the moon, but more realistically, I've always wanted to go to Australia. Pugo says, congrats. I hope I pronounced that right. Pugo? That's right. Congrats. Here's a question. How many playable games did you make so far? I have made 1. Only 1. It's The Withering. It's on itch.io. I'll put a link down in the description, but you can play it. It's not exactly how I hoped it would turn out, but I'm not going to add anything else to it. It ended up being more of a precision platformer than I wanted it to be, but I think it's still a cool concept and fun, and maybe one day in the future I'll redo it and do something with that concept but better. Metabulous, 2 great devs, if I do say so myself, reached 1K subs within 3 days of each other. This is true. Not only 2, it's Metabulous, me, and Yannick. Conspiracy? The answer to that is maybe. The question, what do you wish you'd done differently when you first started game dev and or YouTube? I would have waited longer before saying some of the things I said, because looking back now, I've seen that I've made videos where I am totally wrong, and now that I've gained more experience, I've learned more. However, I wouldn't have learned as much if I hadn't have made those videos as well. But, you know, there's always things that we wish we could have done better. And I wish that I could have had a better setup and better devices, but if I had waited for that, then I never would have started. Like, I was recording on the microphone on my earbuds and with my laptop when I first started. But if I hadn't have started, I never would have been motivated to get the items I needed. And yes, it is a conspiracy. Anyway, thank you so much for everyone who did post a question. If you didn't get a chance to post a question, you can do that now. And, you know, I'm always happy to answer questions, even if it's not in an official video format. But thank you so much for everyone for getting me to 1,000 subscribers. It feels amazing. This community is absolutely awesome. Otherwise, I do have some great things planned. There's going to be a big event coming up like I'm talking about. I'm getting a lot of people in on that, so hopefully you'll all enjoy that when it comes out. I am doing that 3D video that's going to be coming up here pretty soon. It's going to be amazing. I'm very excited for that, and I think you guys will enjoy it. And many more things to come. Thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful day.